1783, Iceland. A whisper rises from the Earth's crust, and turns into a scream. It was no bomb. No war. No warning. Yet it choked the sky, twisted the weather, and shattered Europe's balance. One man could have spoken up, but chose silence. His name? John Ericsson. And he nearly wiped out a continent. The 18th century was already fragile. Monarchs trembled, revolutions brewed, and nature wasn't playing fair. But then came Laki. An eruption so large it made Mount Vesuvius look like a campfire. For 8 months, the Earth vomited over 120 million tons of sulfur dioxide. Enough to change the climate of an entire hemisphere. John Ericsson was no villain. He was brilliant. A Danish-educated Icelander, trained in law, science, and administration. Rational. Reserved. The kind of man who thought in systems, not emotions. He was Iceland's Director General, the king's voice in this icy colony. And when the volcano began to growl in June 1783, Ericsson was one of the first to be informed. Farmers were panicking. Animals were dying. Acid rain burned the grass black. But John? He sent reports. Calm. Clinical. Delayed. The Laki fissure wasn't one volcano. It was 27 vents, spewing toxic gas day and night. The sky turned yellow. In France, the sun was blood red. In England, they called it the dry fog, thick, choking, no wind, no rain. It wasn't lava that killed most. It was the air. Sulfur dioxide combined with water vapor to create sulfuric acid mist. It poisoned crops. Killed livestock. Starved nations. And John? Still silent. Still reporting slowly. Still loyal to Denmark. Iceland lost a third of its population. Britain saw thousands die of respiratory failure. Across Europe, harvests failed. In Egypt, the Nile didn't flood, triggering starvation. In India, the monsoon failed. Famine followed. Global death toll? Possibly 6 million. All triggered by a volcano, and a government official who said almost nothing. Historians now ask, did John stay quiet out of ignorance? Or obedience? Or fear of panic? John Ericsson believed in order. He was a bureaucrat, not a prophet. His writings show concern, but also detachment. He wasn't a mad scientist. He was worse. By the time Copenhagen realized the scale of the crisis, it was too late. The skies were already poisoned. And the world was changing. A volcano in Iceland may have helped tear apart the old world order. John Ericsson died years later, unpunished, mostly forgotten. His silence buried under ash and time. Today, Laki is watched. Modeled. Feared. It's still there, under the crust, sleeping. Scientists say it will erupt again. The question is, will we be ready next time? Or will another John stand in the silence? History isn't kind to those who watch and do nothing. John Ericsson may not have lit the fuse. But he stood beside it. And watched the world burn. Subscribe for more hidden history. Because silence leaves scars.